Well, it is 7 in the morning in Tunisia and everyone is bracing for a day of outrage as an assassinated opposition leader is buried. Thursday brought more demonstrations in Tunis and other cities, and today the main trade union joins the protest with a general strike. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister's attempt to ease tensions by dissolving the government is drawing sharp resistance from Islamist members of parliament.
Protesters fight with police at Bourguiba Square. This is a place of huge significance for Tunisians. It's where thousands converged for days in December 2011, sparking a revolution that led to the downfall of former President Zain al-Abidine Ben Ali and later spread across the region. Now, the protesters are united against the ruling Ennahda party, which they accuse of assassinating the opposition leader Shukri Belaid. Desperate to diffuse tensions, the Prime Minister Hamadi Jebali said he was willing to form a government of technocrats or non-political members. But his own party, Ennahda, challenged the move, saying the Prime Minister doesn't have the right to act on his own and that Tunisia still needs a strong political government. Tension is on the rise. The largest labour union has called for a general strike on Friday, when thousands are expected to take part in the funeral of Shukri Belaid. On the streets, it's confusion and fear for the future.
Dozens of people turned up to pay their respects to the leading member of the leftist Popular Front coalition. His assassination has left the country in shock and intensified a political crisis around the dominant political party, Ennahda. Belaid's sister says, "I blame Ennahda, the party president, and the interior minister personally for my brother's killing. They were the only ones threatening him. He didn't have any other enemies. We accuse no other political party, only them." The majority member of the ruling coalition, Ennahda, is a moderate Islamist party with a few radical factions. They've denied having any hand in his killing. Ennahda has no reason to attack a political adversary, but if the judiciary finds otherwise and shows those accusations are valid, then the law should be applied.
It was the assassination of opposition leader Shukri Belaid on Wednesday that provoked this latest wave of demonstrations, the biggest since the revolution 2 years ago. Belaid's supporters say the ruling Islamist party Ennahda was behind the killing, something its leaders deny. In response to the unrest, Tunisia's Prime Minister said he would dissolve the government and appoint a cabinet of technocrats. But his own Ennahda party rejected that proposal. In a statement, its Vice President said it was because the Prime Minister did not seek the opinion of his party. "We in Ennahda," he said, "believe Tunisia needs a political government now. We will continue discussions about forming a coalition government." This dispute puts in jeopardy efforts to resolve the long-standing deadlock among the coalition partners over a cabinet reshuffle and drawing up a new constitution. Opposition parties have pulled out of the Constituent National Assembly, plunging Tunisia even further into political crisis.
It will be a temporary suspension, which depends on the government's resignation. If the government does not step down, our MPs will quit Parliament.
The situation across Tunisia is incredibly tense. The assassination yesterday of Shukri Belaid has shaken this country to its very core. We've not had scenes like this in Tunis for 2 years. Perhaps on the day of the overthrow of the old regime. There are again here in the main square in Tunis, on the main avenue, Bourguiba, there are riot police clashing with young men. The young men protesting about the government Ennahda. The Ennahda-led government, allied to the Muslim Brotherhood, accused by many people of eroding the very freedoms that people won here in the revolution 2 years ago. Many people say their revolution is being stolen. They want the government to be disbanded. They want elections again as soon as possible. Before all of that happens, of course, there is the highly charged funeral tomorrow, and many people, not just here in Tunis but across the country, are anticipating even more trouble.